Hi. So today I'm going to talk to you about parenting, happy parenting. Why I have selected this topic is because a lot of young parents come to us and they try to ask us about what kind of values we should inculcate in our children, because now we almost all of us are living in nuclear families, and there's nobody to guide us about the values that we can instill in our children and make them into happy adults. So let's look at few of these tips which can help you in dealing with children. So the first thing that we must understand that parenting, the role of parenting has changed because of the circumstances that have changed around us. The demands of our children are increasing. We have nuclear families, we have single children, so there is a lot to deal with. And many a times I see that the parent and child relationship is like a power struggle. So once you realize that it's not a struggle, once you realize that you need not control your child, but you need to allow them to blossom, that's the time when you will open doors to a wonderful relationship. So the first thing that you can do is to be present for your child. Listen, make an eye contact with your child, spend more focused time with your child. That's what your child needs. So be present. I've seen a lot of parents ignoring their children when the child is trying to talk to them. They just simply continue to do whatever work they are doing. So try and avoid this, because this will surely cause a disconnect between you and your child. So be present for your child. Now, the second thing I would suggest is that separate their success from your role as a parent. So remember that you don't own children. We are all blessed in the role of giving care to our children. But this balance is sometimes lost and we become overprotective, we become over controlling. So remember that you do not control your child, you in fact allow them to blossom. Kids who never get a chance to decide for themselves or take responsibilities do not develop resilience. We have seen scientifically proven that children lack the prefrontal cortex development when they are not able to, or when they are not allowed to negotiate with complexities of the world, etc. So it's like building a muscle. Unless you use that ability, unless you use that muscle, it doesn't strengthen. So give them the chance, give them the choice, just be there as a guide. Allow them to grow, allow them to take decisions, allow them to make mistakes, because that is how they are eventually going to learn to deal with the world and become more resilient. The third thing I would suggest is talk to them and not at them. Now, this is very, very important. You should understand that children think differently and their level of thinking, level of resolving issues is absolutely different. So allow them to express, give them a chance to voice their opinion. When you set rules, when you set boundaries, let them be part of the conversation. Try and understand what they actually need. Remember that your children learn a lot from what they see. So that is also very important. The way you behave, the way you treat others, all this is being recorded in the child's mind. If your attitude is flexible, or rather if your attitude is inflexible and controlling, then the chances are that you will spend the child's teenage in arguing with the child and complaining that the child doesn't listen and doesn't communicate. So be flexible. Stop controlling your child. One more important tip that many of us forget is praise. So who doesn't like to be appreciated? Appreciate whatever good work they do. Remember that appreciation releases feel good hormones, and when these hormones are released, there is less stress, there is less inflammation, there is less fear, and with this the immunity will improve. So praise your children regularly and generously. I would suggest that at least one meal a day, preferably dinner, should be a family affair where you sit together, discuss whatever has happened throughout the day, discuss the pros and cons of whatever you have gone through. You can tell them after listening to them, you can tell them how to deal with these kind of situations. So be grateful for family time. Just sit together, keep your mobile phones away, and have dinner together. This will help you to connect to your children better. Another thing that you must remember is letting go of mistakes. We all are humans and we make mistakes, but we have to understand that mistakes are an opportunity for us to learn. So convince your children that life is full of experiments and there's no harm in going wrong. Whenever you go wrong, whenever you fail, that's an opportunity for you to learn the lesson so that you don't commit that same mistake again. So if you adapt this kind of attitude, you will surely boost their confidence. Now, playtime. Playtime is something which you must set apart. What we are doing is that we pressurize our children in trying to achieve a lot academically, and we forget that their playtime is also very important, because unscripted playtime is something which gives your child an opportunity to develop his brain. So simple things like skipping, simple things like throwing the ball, all this can be fun if you are also involved with your child and allow them to lead with their imagination, allow them to come up with their own games. This will help their brain to develop much, much better and sharper. Demonstrate love. Now here is one aspect where a lot of us go wrong. When our children are small, that's the time we maybe hug them or cuddle them, etc. And as they grow up, we forget that they need this love, care and affection. So it doesn't matter how old your child is, you need to give the child unconditional love. And this is very, very important, because as I said earlier, the children always learn from their parents or those who are around them. So if they see that you are not giving enough love, care, affection, attention to your partner, to your friends, to people around you, that's what they will learn. Demonstrate love. Remember that children don't come with an user manual. It's your responsibility to shower them with love, care and affection. If you follow these 5-6 tips, I'm sure that we together will create a wonderful society ahead. And these tips should help you in the challenges that you can face during parenting. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye. Take care.